In other news, someone at my college has been isolated because they possibly have coronavirus. So... Hi. Hello. It's me, Aaron. Funnily enough. Because it's my room. I'm here to review the last 4 episodes of Buffy Season 1. Got a little hand action going on here. I guess it's a whole arm action, isn't it? Again, like my first 2 Buffy reviews, it'll be quite quick, which is why I love doing these, because they take about 10-15 minutes to film and not very long to edit either. So I'll just jump right into it. If you haven't seen my other Buffy reviews, there's a card up there. Go check that out. Episode 9, The Puppet Show. It's a weird one. It's a real weird one. So you kind of watching it, you're like, oh, so the ventriloquist doll is killing people, okay. Then it turns out the ventriloquist doll was a vampire hunter or a demon hunter. It's something hunter. So, but then he got turned into a doll by the demon, and the demon is the magician who you see throughout the episode. It's what's the word for it? It's honestly not bad. It just takes a left turn. But like, I really kind of enjoyed it. My friend Lana, who got me into it, she'll be on the channel one day. She'll make her appearance. She says in the video game there's like a level where you get to play as the doll, whose name I've forgotten. I'm gonna call him Happy. So Happy the doll was quite amusing. I thought I liked the way he had, because he's from like the 1920s or whatever, so with that kind of accent. He was a bit pervy on Buffy, which was a bit weird. I actually felt kind of sad when he died. I was like, oh. It's just a quirky episode that I think when I rewatched Buffy, once I finished it and rewatched it, I'm totally skipping episodes. Like Doctor Who, I very rarely do that. Buffy, I'll be skipping episodes. But I don't think I'll skip this one. I feel like I want to watch this one again. Then we had Nightmares, which... So Nightmares... It's not totally awful. I think the stuff with the actual kid and the guy he sees being his baseball coach, I think it was, that was actually quite well done. And it was kind of, considering they don't go too gory in the show, and they don't like swear, like it's a kind of a young adult kind of show. The bit at the beginning where that girl goes down to the basement and she gets beaten, that's quite graphic. The way they like did it, because obviously you don't see it, but you hear it, and the performance, she genuinely seemed really scared, and afterwards, like, you do get some good performances on the show. I just think they never actually give an explanation as to why the kid's nightmares are coming real, apart from it's the Hellmouth, and I'm like, it just felt like, because I was waiting for the explanation and it never came. I was like, oh, okay. Also, how the Master worked into it, it wasn't clear. So this is where we get the 5.1. What do you think? 5.1? I don't get where he played into it, because that little bit at the beginning with them being like, oh, something's going on up there, it then wasn't clear when he turns up above ground. It wasn't clear if, because the nightmares were coming true, Buffy's nightmare of him escaping came true, so he escaped, or if the one that Buffy bumped into was just a nightmare, like, recreation of him. And if it was a nightmare recreation of him, what was the point of seeing them at the beginning, being like, oh, something's going on up there? The Anointed One continues to do nothing. Willow's Fear was quite funny. It reminded me of Rugrats in Paris, and that's where I'm going to leave it. The final 2 episodes, I remembered it being like a 2-parter, but it isn't. Out of Sight, Out of Mind. Yes, Out of Sight, Out of Mind? Yeah. And then Prophecy Girl. Surprised that the finale wasn't a 2-parter, actually. I was expecting it to be. Because it's not even like, it's not even like, oh, the episodes are connected, they just have different titles. No, they're just completely different. So Out of Sight, Out of Mind finally gives us a reason to care about Cordelia. And the fact that that girl just disappeared because no one paid attention to her. Like, I guess that one was a bit more believable because it was like a bit more like, oh, that something odd happened. Not like the entire reality around them just started shifting. I thought the invisible effects were done quite well, actually. It was quite. I actually was quite on edge because she was invisible. And then Buffy went up into the rafters. I was like, oh no, oh, what's gonna happen? It was a decent episode. It's another ending, unless Lana is lying to me. It's the same as Teacher's Pet, where like the ending sort of, oh, maybe they're gonna return. Oh, the CIA have got like a whole group of invisible assassins, you know. That's not going to come back, according to Lana, unless she's lying. Which I don't mind. That one, I thought that one's a bit more like a sort of cute little, oh, and the CIA has invisible assassins, rather than Teacher's Pet, where it's like, but there's just mantis eggs under that desk, so we're not, okay. And then the finale, Prophecy Girl, is one of the better episodes, if only for Sarah Michelle Gellar's performance. Like, in season 1, there really aren't that many emotional moments, like, genuine emotional moments. Well, I can't wait to review season 2, because, like, oh my god, Innocence, I'm just a blubbery mess. The bit where she's like, I don't want to die, and then she walks away, because, like, yeah, it's kind of cute, she just kung fu chop some, like, vampires and stake them, but then, literally, she's like, I don't want to fight the Master, because I don't want to die, you know, because she's a teenager. She's got all this responsibility on her, but I'm not saying she's selfish for not wanting to die, but more than an adult, she's got her entire life left to live. And now, even though they're not necessarily asking her to do it, let me just move the chair a bit. They're not necessarily asking her to do it, but like the prophecy's like she has to go fight the Master because no one else will. You know, or no one else can. But she doesn't want to die, and I keep saying that, but it's such a good scene when she like starts crying, and the bit when she confronts the Master, I never clocked the first time that it was the same as when she had that nightmare in a previous episode of going to see the Master. I remember I was like, how did she know the layout in her dream when she hadn't been there before? And then I was like, oh, it was a prophecy. Also, the Master in this episode, just because he gets released, he just suddenly becomes like OP. Obviously, I knew she wasn't going to actually die because it was. Sorry, I'm just looking at my little progress bar. I was season 1 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and I'm really sorry that I spoiled for 2 people that haven't got to that episode. I spoiled that she dies. But this is what happens. Lana introduced me to it, so now I'm just assume that everyone else has seen it in the world. I'm sorry, Isaac and Kieran, I sincerely apologise. And then it has the iconic line, oh look, a bad guy. When you watch something with your friends, you make fun of it. But whenever the vampire turns up, I'll just be like, oh look, a bad guy. And it's kind of a bad line, but in a good bad kind of way. I was like, oh, this is terrible. I love it. And then the way they kill the Master was a little bit underwhelming. But it was kind of cool seeing everything kind of like go to hell. Hellmouth. Jenny and Cordelia are part of the gang. Oh my god, my nose. Because yeah, in season 2, Cordelia's kind of more like, yeah, I'm just kind of part of the gang. And obviously she sort of got introduced to all the supernatural shit last episode. Jenny doesn't need to be in this episode either, to be honest. But I'm going to assume that, no spoilers for season 2, but Jenny has a much bigger role in season 2. I'm assuming they probably knew they wanted to do something with her character, because otherwise it's weird, her being there. I guess that's it. I was going to do a ranking of the episodes, but I just think that's going to take too much time. And it's so hard to rank them because a lot of them are kind of like... Season 1 is a lot of like, it wasn't awful, or it was kind of bad but good, you know. But what were the best... If I just think about it in my mind, what was the best episodes? Witch. Witch was one of the best episodes. Prophecy Girl was one of the best, if only for Sarah Michelle Gellar. Probably really those two are the only ones that really stand out to me. Like, season 1, I predict will probably be one of my least favourite seasons, because I'm only halfway through season 2, and I'm already like, yes, you know, it's just so much better. And it's not even just so much better immediately. Beginning of season 2, I don't care, I can talk about season 2 because I'm not spoiling anything. Beginning of season 2 is like kind of the same level as season 1. And then it just suddenly just gets better and better. And I'm hoping the upward trajectory continues. Yeah. So I'm gonna sit and hope that this ridiculous RuPaul's Drag Race video finally exports. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and maybe next week I won't have a stuffed nose and I can actually talk properly without sounding really nasally. Oh, also, I'm not doing blooper reels anymore. Okay, bye-bye. I've got a Karen haircut. Can I speak to the manager, please?